Asante sana daktari.
Thank you very much. Our CS, Dr. Alfred Mutua, our governor, rafiki yangu, His Excellency Patrick Tutu na deputy wako, county commissioner, board member wa KWS na our two CEOs, Dr. Mondi and Dr. Kanga. Tuko pia na board director wa WRTI, Bwana Goitoi, I think he's here. Yes, thank you very much. And all other guests, all protocols observed. If we don't know the numbers, if we don't know the distribution, if we don't know the drops and the rises, then we don't know what we are conserving. So we really need to know what we have, we need to know where it is, we need to know the trends so that we can best know what to do with our wildlife and what to do to raise the numbers and what to do to address the coexistence issues that are coming all over. My brother Kailo, thank you so much. You've worked so hard. We've known one another for a long time, and I know many people have been working very hard to make it the way it is. Let us not be complacent, because there are so many things that are happening in our landscapes, the human population dynamics, climate change, land fragmentation. These are issues that are really major, and we need to address them. And I want to say that as Wildlife Research and Training Institute, we are working hard to make sure first that we have a wildlife numbers or a wildlife database, so that all of you can access that information from the database. That is very important. We are also working very hard so that we can build capacity of the Mara people, the county government of Narok, Kajiado, wherever there is wildlife. We want to collaborate, we want to work together, and we are working as partners. The Kenya Wildlife Service has been very supportive. If you look out there, when we go out there, you will see we have quite a number of aircrafts from them and from other partners. The Mara Wild Elephant program has also been very supportive. I want to really appreciate all of you, and without you it would have been very difficult. I want to say in future we are trying to build capacity for WRTI as well, because we are a young institute. We will also be coming to you, Waziri, even to get an aircraft, because we want sometimes to look at surveillance of diseases. What do? We need to get there. Yeah, we are working very closely with Governor, and we have a center here in the Mara. And Governor, we will be coming, like we had discussed earlier, to look at how we can partner, how we can build capacity of your own people, so that they become really good scientists and they can give reliable information. And so this is a great team. I want to say thank you so much for all of you who have participated, and we look forward to a very engaging exercise. All other partners, karibuni sana, let us work together, and let us make sure that we protect what we so much love. Because out there are many things happening. We don't want to keep counting and counting until we count zero. We want to count and then say what can be done. We want to count and give recommendations based on science. So this is something that all of us will be relying on. Let me stop there, because so much has already been said. Thank you so much, the board of KWS. Thank you so much, all the partners. Let me take this opportunity to welcome the PS Tourism, Mr. John Ole-Ntutu. Tumpigie makofi. Karibu sana, Bwana PS.
The chief guest for this very important occasion, who is the Cabinet Secretary for Tourism and Wildlife, Honorable Dr. Alfred Mutua, the Governor of Narok County, His Excellency Patrick Ole-Ntutu, his Deputy, our County Commissioner, Bwana Lotiatia, and the County Security Team, all the chairpersons represented here. We have Dr. Ngedienye and the other madam representing the chair KWS. All the CEOs present. I saw, of course, we have Dr. Mondi, we have Dr. Kanga, I've also seen the CEO Tourism Fund. Where are you? I saw this. Yeah, it's there. Bwana David Mwangi. I saw the CEO Tourism Promotion Fund. Where are you? Bwana Steve, I saw you somewhere. Plus all the other CEOs, all government officials, and all protocols observed. Good morning. God is good, and all the time. Thank you very much. I will be very brief because of other commitments that the chief guest has in Nairobi. So I'll be very brief. First and foremost, let me take this opportunity to convey the greetings of my colleague, PS, Sylvia Museya, who is actually the PS for Wildlife, and who was supposed to be part and parcel of this program, but because of other government engagements in Laikipia, she is not with us. And she has sent her greetings to all of you, and she has also indicated that she's very appreciative to Dr. and your team and all the conservation teams that have worked very hard to ensure that this has come to a reality, and that the State Department for Wildlife will continue to support and partner to ensure that the results of this census will be utilized properly. Secondly, as has been indicated by those who spoke ahead, ISPS for tourism, this exercise is very important and very crucial in the tourism sector. SPS for tourism, under my cabinet secretary, my very critical role is to be able to develop the products for tourism and also to market them to ensure that we remain a competitive destination world over, so that we are able to receive tourists across the globe, across Africa, and even for domestic tourism. I'm not going to go into the details of what we are doing in the tourism department because my boss is here, and I'm sure he may be able to highlight one or two that we are doing. But I just want to indicate certainly that wildlife is a product of tourism, and that explains why we partner with them. When a chairman, I'm happy you have recognized what my chair has done through the Tourism Promotion Fund, which is a fund in my department. And we partner because wildlife is a product of tourism. We have many products, as of course the CS will indicate. We have wildlife, we have our beaches, of course, we have our culture, just to mention a few that we do market. And therefore I want just to end by saying that we are working together. Your Excellency the Governor, I'm indeed very happy, personally, because I've seen what you are doing, especially in the Masai Mara, which is a very, very important national asset that's trying to promote tourism. And all the other leadership of the county, the women rep, the members of parliament, the tourism sector, I mean the CC Tourism and your team here in the county, together with KWS, we want to applaud you for what you are doing. And Bwana Governor, be assured that my CS and ourselves will be able to partner with you, just like we are partnering with all the other 47 governors to ensure the success of tourism in our country. Therefore, I'm not going to really go beyond that. I just to assure you that we have the confidence that the tourism numbers will grow. But for them to grow, we will need a lot of support from the community to be able to continue supporting our efforts, because together we shall be able to win. Dr. Kanga, we are happy. Keep on the work. And Daktari, you are very passionate. We are very proud of you with the work that you are doing. So we will support you, and we will support everybody else, our county commissioner and your security team. We are there to be able to support you. So with those few remarks, therefore, I would like to take this opportunity to welcome His Excellency the Governor to be able to talk to us.
Thank you very much, my good brother, John Ole-Ntutu, the CS, Dr. Alfred Mutua, DG wangu Bwana Tamali Nyekoech, CC for Tourism and Wildlife, Mr. Sipitik, WRTI Board Chair, my good friend and my brother, Dr. Ngedienye. You are always welcome to your county. Director General, Dr. Kanga, CEO WRTI, Dr. Omondi, CEO Tourism Fund, Mwangi, board members of KWS, led by Helen. Indeed, she's right. She has known me before I became the governor. Board members of WRTI, County Commissioner, and the security team of Narok County, KWCA, my brother, CEO Mr. Kaelo, and MMNWCA, Daniel Sopia, representatives of Conservation Alliance, and all the protocol observed. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Habari yenu. Let me indeed take this opportunity to welcome all of you to the great county of Narok. We really feel privileged to be the host of the launch of the National Wildlife Census 2024-2025. Indeed, for us as the county, we feel privileged, and on behalf of the great people of Narok, Waziri and the PS and all the dignitaries that you have come from Nairobi, feel welcome, and I hope that Dr. Kanga and your colleagues today, you are not in a hurry to go back to Nairobi. You know, you have a room that has been preserved for you in Serena and your colleagues. The Mara is full right now, but you know, you always have the room that we have always preserved for the Director General of KWS. And Waziri, of course, you and I will sleep in the village and continue. You know, you have been a governor, and you know where we can always find our people. Maybe before I say a word or two, allow me to introduce my team from the county government of Narok. And I'll start with my deputy governor, Ndugu Koech. Koech, thank you very much. CC for Tourism and Wildlife, Ndugu Sipitik. Also, we have the Chief Park Warden. When you talk of Mara, Bonaminis is the Chief Park Warden of Masai Mara. The CEO for Tourism and Wildlife, a young man who has really done a very good job, Ndugu Samuel Loposo, and any other county government officers who are here with me. I know there's a number of CCs. Kindly just stand up, the Chief of Staff and everybody else, the whole team. Kindly just clap for them. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Now, Daktari, mine will be really very short. First and foremost, many people ask, why do we count animals? And I think we have seen in the play here that they are wondering, why are we counting our wildlife? And as the previous speakers have already indicated, that counting wildlife is very important for us as decision makers. Number one, we want to know the number. How many are these wildlife? Number two, we want to know their location. We also want to know their behavior, whether we are reducing or increasing the numbers. Let me tell you, Waziri, when I was elected as the governor of this great county, and having grown up in Masai Mara, I have personally observed a lot of changes, starting with the population of both livestock and our people. Before, there were very few people around Masai Mara, but today if you go around there, you'll see that the population continue to grow and the land continue to diminish in terms of the number of acres. And therefore, when I was elected as the governor of this county, I really felt that there was something that we needed to do. First, I wanted to come up with a management plan. And for a number of years, people have struggled to come up and ask themselves, how do we continue to manage Masai Mara? And that is why I work very hard. This management plan that you have been hearing about, Waziri, is a management plan that has been there for the last 12 years. But nobody dared to bring it to the assembly because it had political consequences. But as a son of the soil, I said, losing Mara is even worse than anything else. And when I brought that management plan, we did a lot of public participation with my people, and also I took it to the assembly. You'll be surprised to hear that it was passed 49 out of 49 of the members of the county assembly. And that is the tool we are using right now, and not just Masai Mara National Reserve, but also the greater Masai Mara. That is also with the conservancies. And I want to take this opportunity, really, Waziri, because this is very important, to really thank about 3 people or 4 people who have really worked tirelessly to make sure this management plan was passed. Kaelo, kindly just stand up. Sophia of the Greater Conservancies, CEO, and my good friend, where is he? The chair, the CEO for economic, Kajiado Narok Economic Block, and also my own CEO and CC. Kindly just stand up. Without the leadership of these people, that management plan that we have today in Masai Mara would not have been there. Kindly clap for them. That's why, Waziri, I was telling you that I think for us as a community here in Narok, we feel that I can observe Sophia to work in Narok County and the Greater Mara. But this gentleman called Kaelo has really done a lot for the conservancies in Narok County. That's why I was feeling that it's about time that you observe as one of your people who can work closely with you. He will really give you a lot of information about this country. And I'm not just saying because he comes from this county. I'm saying because of the experience, the kind of guidance that he gave me when we are doing these plans. And Dr. Kanga, I remember I called you at around midnight, telling you that kindly let us sign for this management plan. And indeed, he told me that bring it around, I think it was 5 a.m. So that, because there were some people who wanted to go to court to block the management plan. But we signed it, I don't want to say what time, but that is why this management plan today is here. And I can assure you, the Mara that we have today is in a better place than we found it. And it will continue to manage this park because we think it's a lifeline for the entire country. Not just us as a county, but a lifeline for the entire country. So Waziri, for me, this launching today of counting and really understanding our wildlife is very important for us. We are looking forward to have the data so that it will help us to manage our Mara and to manage other conservancies in the entire country. And let me just mention this, that as we continue to really learn about wildlife, the biggest people who have a problem is the communities. The communities that we have around conservancies areas and the national park. Why am I saying this? It comes with a cost to manage and be part and parcel of wildlife because of human-wildlife conflict. Waziri, remember when you were actually appointed by His Excellency the President to come and lead this wonderful ministry, I told you that I want to increase the park fee. The grass are too tall such that no animal want to stay there because, of course, of lions and other things. But they have moved to this side of conservancies. But also, we like when they go there because then it gives us the opportunity to also make sure that during drought season, they go to where the grass are. So it's a win-win situation. So let me not say much because I'm very passionate about conservation. Personally, for those of you who have followed history, my late dad, Ole-Ntutu, the former paramount chief, was the first one to form a community conservancy. And today, we are happy to have more than 22 conservancies in the Mara alone. And I call my good friend, Alfred Mutua, CS for Tourism and Wildlife, to come and give us his speech. Karibu waziri. Pigia waziri makofi kidogo. Najua yeye ni politician, sio sana waziri sana. Asante.
Asante sana, tunaweza keti. How many are they? I'm very, very happy to be here today. Quite a number of people to salute. Hawa dosi wote wamekaa hapa mbele, led by His Excellency Governor, and also Tutu and Dr. Koech, the Deputy Governor. My teams, Helen, Dr. Mondi, Dr. Kanga, Dr. Tgenya, ama daktari wameja hapa. Chairman, asante sana. My tourist attraction, PS, Ole-Ntutu. It's always good to have you around. Our other PS, Sylvia, there was another conservation issue that was going on, and I was supposed to go to Laikipia myself. The president was supposed to go, send somebody was supposed to go there too. So I sent her to represent the ministry. That is why she's there. So we divided tasks today. County Commissioner, asante sana with your team, different players in conservation, asante sana. I will not speak for very long because I think a lot has been said about this exercise. I want to tell the governor that we support your management plan. We have 200 cars surrounding one cheetah, so we have to be able to find ways of reducing the numbers while still making the same amount of money that we need. And that means you increase the fees, you make it premium so that you get fewer people who can pay more money, and we continue that way. This National Wildlife Strategy outlines a vision for wildlife conservation as part of a strong environmental foundation for achieving Kenya's sustainable development agenda. As you are aware, we are endowed with a wide diversity of ecosystems, including forests, savannas, freshwater and marine, and more than 35,000 wild species of fauna and flora that constitute our biodiversity. Regardless of the good national and international policies that we have in the world, our wildlife populations are declining. And we want to know why. And it's not just about human habitation. We want to find what is happening. And the only way to find out is to quantify. But there are other species of animals that are also increasing. And we want to find out why. And also look at the behavior of animals. When you look at the numbers, the movement of animals, and you're able to know what is happening. I really liked the dancing that we did here and the skit that was done here. It was very good. The skit talking about the census, and I think what they were trying to say is that a lot of these animals have more than 7 wives, etc, etc, and they wonder whether to spread also to the human beings. I'm very happy to launch this census. We've been working on it. Dr. Omondi talked about the preparation. Your chair also did the same. Dr. Kanga talked about the importance of what we are doing. So I'm not going to stand here and repeat. All I want to tell you is that we have done this. We're doing this after 3 years, and we'll be able to get the numbers. I'm concerned because we lost quite a number of wildlife during the drought. We'd like to know, did the numbers dip? Have they recovered? Are we on an upward trajectory or a downward trajectory? These numbers will also be able to, will allow us to know the movement so that we can also deal with human-wildlife conflict and the issues that come up. And I want to congratulate the governor for what you're doing in terms of also being able to give something to victims of wildlife conflict. That is very, very commendable. Last time, these statistics were not given. We covered 343,380 kilometers squared of Kenya's landmass was covered. I hope we'll cover just as much, if not more. And over 30 species of mammals, birds, and marine species were counted in various ecosystems during the census. I don't know how you count the marine animals, the fish. Do you go into the water or that is aerial? There's another method of counting. So we would see Dr. Mondi swimming in the water, counting 1, 2, 3. And all that. So we counted elephants. We got 36,280. Black rhino, about 897. I think now they are about over 1,000 plus. White rhino, 842. We got 2,589 lions, and hyenas, 5,189 hyenas. Fisi, si wale wanyama fisi, si wanyama wengine tunajua, sio fisi wa kawaida, fisi wale wanyama pale. 1,960 cheetahs, and wild dogs 865, among many others. And these ones have helped us even in translocation, when we decide where we want to move some animals from this place to that place. So this data is critical for us in our planning and in whatever we need to do. We are going to use the data to identify important wildlife areas, and also it will also guide us in establishing conservancies, inform protected areas and ecosystems, wide management plans, and also it will help us in our reviewing our wildlife strategy and the current Review of Wildlife Act, etc., etc. So, in a nutshell, I'm very pleased to launch the second National Wildlife Census, and I wish all the teams a great success, and it's going to be very successful. Very successful. Before I conclude, I want to talk about something. When you talk about the finance bill, when I've studied the reactions to the finance bill, it has occurred to me that Kenyans really do not clearly understand our democratic system. The finance bill came to cabinet. We chopped it up and changed, trying to balance between the needs of universal health care, the needs of roads, the needs of everything, and the resources that we need to raise so that we don't go out there and get loans and continue enslaving our children. It's a balancing act. But we are in a democracy whereby it's not just up to the cabinet to decide. It is given to the National Assembly so that the National Assembly can broadcast it, and then it is given out there to a 90 for public participation. That is the process. So it's taken to public participation. People are given an opportunity to say, hii hatutaki, hii tunataka, ongeza hapa, reduce this. I saw when it was published, people were screaming and shouting and screaming, we don't want it. And I'm thinking, but it's been given to you so that you can express your opinion. Because we're in a democratic system whereby we listen to the voices of the people. This is a different Kenya. So people were getting, I think the activists were getting overloaded with I don't know what stamina. You know, without looking at, we have a democratic process. That's exactly what it was meant to be, for you to talk about it. But the amount of propaganda that was put there, you'd have thought it's a matter of life and death. And the process went as supposed, and it will pass, and we'll continue with our lives, and we'll be able to collect more revenue. And then also, it is important for Kenyans to realize that even with all this propaganda, what is the reality? People talk about Kenyans being overtaxed. Yes, nobody likes being taxed. I don't like being taxed. Nobody likes being taxed. But you have to pay for our taxes. But our taxes are not even the highest in the world. Pay as you earn in countries like Belgium is at 79.5%. Pay as you earn in Finland is 66.75%. Portugal is 64%. The UK is 63.25%. Mshahara yako inakatwa over 60% if you're working in the UK. Because they have to provide universal health care that they have there in their own form, and other things. Corporate tax in some countries like Brazil is over 40%. Yetu jafikia huko, our pay as you earn for majority of Kenyans is not even, it's twinkling at 16, 17, 18, 20, 25. You make more money, ndio unafika huko 30. Our corporate tax is capped. You know, I petition huko 30%. So we are not the heavily taxed country in the world. If you look at even VAT, our VAT is at 16%. Cabinet, we are struggling to say we can bring it down to 14 to 10%. Iende chini, because we don't like Kenyans being taxed in terms of our VAT when we go to buy things. In India, the VAT is up to 28%. In Hungary, it's 27%. In Denmark, it's 27%. In our neighbor here, our neighbors, it's even higher. So Kenyans need to educate themselves. Now let's talk about the demonstrations. So we have to agree there was a lot of ignorance in a lot of this activism about the finance bill. It is your right, and you're only born once. Unazaliwa kwanza na utakufa. Na haya maisha hapa katikati ni yako, ujienjoy. Twende tuhesabu wanyama. Mola wabariki.